Casual fishing game meets your worst nightmare. So far we have the option to go down and go up. So insert your mom joke because we're going down. We can go as deep as 5 meters apparently, and when we bring our rod back up, we have nothing. Somehow I'm managing to fail at this game despite the fact that I have 2 buttons to push. Oh, think we got something. And we got a tackle box. And then apparently that also comes with a direct deposit of $15, which we can then use to upgrade our line length by 5 meters. And our lone hero is very happy about that, so we should be able to hit 10 meters if my math is correct, which should mean better treasure. Sounds like we got something. I assume the deeper we go, the better it's gonna be. Or we could maybe catch nothing at all. I might also need to actually react when I catch something. I assumed it would just stay on the line, but I don't think we're going to be that lucky. And we got a boot. So I'm going to try and be lazy and catch stuff at 3 meters. That way I don't have to reel as far because there's another $10. I will make my fortune $10 at a time if I have to. My first fish, anchovy. That was worth, I don't know, more. We're going to get better reel speed because I'm impatient. That's much quicker. We can go all the way down to 10 meters with this kind of speed, which catches us more boots. But look how fast it goes down. There's 5 meters and 10 meters. And we got an Arctic salmon. It could go to Japan and back. Not anymore because it's gonna die. Eventually we'll be catching fish from the core of the very earth itself. I'm gonna get a better hook type, which I assume means we can hook things easier, and then extra line length. Now we can go down 20 meters. I mean 15 meters because I'm not stupid. And with that, we're gonna catch a radio. Somehow it still works. We don't have time for music. We're busy catching fish. Another anchovy. I assume deeper is better, but at this point, I'm not really sure if it makes a difference. We caught a sea sponge. Was somebody bathing there? Probably not. So with that, we're gonna get extra reel speed, which is much quicker again. I'm gonna enjoy this. Another Arctic salmon. We went from 35 to 85, so that's worth $50. This guy gets no breaks. Not to use the bathroom, not to get food, not to sleep. He sits here day in, day out, making me money. Blowfish, which went from 85 to 115 for $30. And a few sea sponges later, we're up to $185. So let's get some more line length. $45, let's go for 2 of those. And 3 of those. Probably skipping over some very important stuff along the way, but I'm going straight for the bottom 30 meters, which is going to catch us an Arctic salmon that we were catching at the surface. Definitely going to need a faster reel too, because it takes a long time to pull up from 30 meters. But we got an Arctic carp, which is worth considerably more. I didn't see the value before, but it's worth more. And there's a new one, ever-pregnant guppy. This seems unethical. You should see the stuff I normally do. That brings us from 175 to 190, and that's just gonna kind of hang out there for a while. It's actually giving birth, and we're getting money for what's popping out of it. I think we're getting $2 per baby. And that's fine by me. We need more of those. Let's increase our reel speed. You over there on the ground, keep up the good work. I should just leave for like 6 hours and let that thing spit out babies. Another carp for $60. In theory, that thing should die eventually, but I'm happy it's not. It's just going to sit there and suffer and give birth for my profit. But this extra line speed is definitely making a difference because we're already at the bottom. And we can be back at the surface in no time as soon as something bites. We got another ever-pregnant guppy. So now we're going to make like $4 every few seconds. While we're at it, let's get a better hook type. I'm pretty sure that's gonna mean better fish. I just need like 100 of these things and then I can retire. Not entirely sure what the better hook does at this point because I've definitely got one and so far we haven't caught anything new yet. So for now, let's take a little more line length times 2. So we can go as deep as 40 meters, which gives us a strange head. Is it a helmet or something? Yes, an ancient warrior dropped it through the ice a million years ago. We found our first rainbow trout, which takes us from 128 all the way up to 203. So at $75 per fish, we're going to start making some pretty good money. And we caught another ever-pregnant guppy. We can clearly fit a lot of those on the ground. And before you know, we're up to about $400, so I'm going to get reel speed up to 4 meters per second. Then a little more line length, and we can get to the bottom that much quicker now. And another new fish, anchovy from a faraway land. We're going from 121 all the way up to 191. My conclusion currently is that the fastest way to make more money is to have faster line speed, because it's eating up a lot of time going up and down still. So let's go with 5 meters per second. Now it's only going to take us 9 seconds to get to the bottom. Or at least that's what it's supposed to take. I think it's actually faster than that in real time. $500 and 80 babies later, we're able to get reel speed up to 6 meters a second. So that means faster profit, though I should have more of these spitting out babies. I think I caught them around 30 meters, so I might try to get more. And that actually worked out pretty well because those are going to add to a lot of profit, especially if I've get them sooner than later. We're up to 5 of them now, and we're catching them fairly quickly, so we're gonna have a whole army of these things producing us money. It actually seems like these are the only thing we can catch if I go to about 26 meters. Never mind, but we've got a lot of them. This is rapidly turning from a fishing expedition into a baby farm, and I'm completely okay with that because I can just sit back and make money without having to actively fish. That popping sound is the sound of money. I suspect I maxed out how many of these I can catch now, so we're gonna go back to catching regular fish for a while, but not before I increase my reel speed 2 times. At 9 meters a second, we can hit the bottom this fast now. And the best part is, even while I'm waiting for my lure to go down and up again, we're still making lots of money thanks to the birthing fish. But since I've quickly earned another $1,000, let's get reel speed up to 9 meters a second. Now we can hit the bottom this fast, which is much quicker. I hardly even need to be catching fish at this point because we're making like $2 per second. But let's go a little deeper. $150, $165. Let's try 55 meters for a second. That's gonna catch us a golden guppy, which also gives birth to things for probably more money. And after catching whatever this is, I'm gonna upgrade my line speed one more time, which is gonna give us an even 10 meters a second, which is pretty quick. A few minutes later, we have $1,300 to spend on 11 meters per second, which means we get fish to the surface this quickly. So let's try a better hook for the same depth to see if anything new comes out of the hole. Nothing new yet, but we did get our 4th golden guppy. So let's take it down to 55 meters. Correction, 60 meters because we have the original 60 meter depth. So far, nothing new, more golden guppies, which is always nice, but we're making money at a pretty good rate, so let's try the advanced hook, which is apparently now maxed out. But hopefully we start to catch something a little better now. I mean, golden guppies never hurt, especially when you consider how fast we're making money. I thought it was impressive when we're making like $1 per second. Now we're making like $10 per second. So let's go a little deeper. Line length, 60 meters. We're going down 65. At some point, there's got to be newer and more valuable fish because what's the point of spending all this time to go deeper? Well, let's make it more worth our time. Reel speed 12 meters per second for $1,500. And let's go line length 65 so we can go down to 70 now. And we can get there in a hurry. There's all the way from 0 to 70. Still not finding anything new. Lots of golden guppies, which is great, making some money. 0 of 30 fish found, which is curious. So let's go reel speed 13 meters per second and then go down a little deeper. Now to hit the bottom, we're gonna do it probably as fast as we used to, but we're going a lot deeper now. I'm starting to wonder if I'm doing something wrong, which is weird because all I can do is press W or S to go up or down. Never mind, we just found a Sahajan's shell. Must have drifted a long way. That's worth approximately $100. And a walrus. So we're going to go from $1,140 to $1,260, so about $120. Okay, we're starting to catch lots of walruses, which is good because if they're worth $120 each, that money's going to stack up pretty quickly. So let's go even quicker, 14 meters per second, and that's maxed out. We're at 15 meters per second, and that's the max. And somehow we're still able to find rainbow trout, which is something we could find pretty much at the surface. I think the better hooks just mean the fish bite that much faster, because now that I'm looking at it, they're biting very quick once we hit our depth. Once the line stops moving, they bite basically instantly. So we go all the way down, wait, they bite, back up they come. It's very quick, but we need better fish. Spent a lot of money to get down to 80 meters, so let's hope it starts to pay off. Although I won't lie to you, that baby farm is pretty amusing. Still finding more rainbow trout than anything though. Maybe I shouldn't be going all the way down to 80. There's another walrus. Let's try 77.7. Lucky numbers. Nope, don't bite that. Nope, don't bite that. Wait. It's gonna be too hard to land at that specifically. This is pretty close though, right? We'll see what this is. A walrus. Okay, we very quickly saved up $3,300, so let's go a little more line length, which gives us another walrus. There's got to be something better down here somewhere. Also, a little more line speed would be nice at this point because it's very quick, but when you're going down 85 meters, that still eats up a lot of time. If this one isn't something new, I'm going to go down another 5 meters to hopefully find something new. So we should be able to hit 95 meters now. 90 meters. That's good enough for me. Is this going to be a new fish? Rubber ducky, a programmer's best friend. So we're going from $4,700 to $48. I think that's worth $250. We're going so deep now, it might be worth it just to go like this because I can catch boots almost instantly at a rapid fire rate. It's probably not as worth it, but it's still a pretty decent way of making money at this point. And I just wanted to try a few casts at random depths because I've been maxing out my casts all the way along. And I thought maybe there's some new fish at weird depths along the way because I feel like there's a lot more fish to find and I have only found like 6 different ones so far. Another walrus. We saved $7,500, so let's go down just a little more. There's gotta be some good stuff down this steep. We gotta be close to the bottom. Guess what we're finding at 95 meters? More walrus. You'd think if we're paying for these upgrades, we'd start to find better stuff at some point. And another walrus. We're not even finding no shells anymore. We found a shell at some point. It wasn't worth as much, but we at least found one. And whatever happened to that helmet we found? Okay, we're going to 100 meters, and apparently that's not the maximum. I assumed it was. 100 meters surely has to have something new. That's a nice even round number. Still more walruses that are also dead. I've had this idiot here fishing nonstop for a month and a half. He's made $10,000, but he hasn't caught anything more exciting than a walrus. So let's go 110. I don't want to miss anything along the way because I'm worried there's going to be important upgrades and stuff, and I have a way of missing these things. Deep sea jelly. You deep sea jealous? Not really. It's about to die. We're going from $10,500 to more money. I don't know how much that's worth, but not a great deal. And a strange device. Is this part of a machine? I don't know, is it? So I feel like I can find parts for that probably. And that's why I didn't really want to skip depths, because I feel like I might miss out on parts. And there's a cassette for the music I'm not listening to. Pretty sure I'm officially making more money off my baby farm than my fishing expedition. So let's try 120. I wasn't even watching what those upgrades are worth. I just know I still have a lot of money. So from 120, we get device part. It fits right on. What are we going to make? 120 meters down. But at least we're not catching walruses anymore. We're catching deep sea jellies. But let's go another 10 meters down for almost $1,000. That's gonna earn us Vampirotoothless. Legends say it come from hell. Does that mean it's worth more money? 14,200 to 14,350. So I think $250. And I would be surprised. We're only like 130 meters down. Here's a strange hat, which we get to wear. Not sure if that actually has any effect or not. It very well might. And a hatchery tank. This device seems to be a hatchery. Oh, we get a fish farm. We don't really need to grow the fish though. We can just sell them as babies. So I think the hatchery is actually collecting some of these babies once in a while, and they grow up into the bigger guppies, so they're actually just reproducing themselves now. Because it's definitely spitting them out once in a while, and I assume that's what's happening. There's another vampire or whatever. Still mostly deep sea jelly, so let's go down another 10 meters for about another $1,000. 140 meters, it's definitely taking a second to get that line back up, but we're probably going to catch more of these and maybe something new. Well, at least our happy idiot is making some money. Up to almost $20,000, so let's see if we can hit 150. That will hopefully come with some new parts. Or something interesting. Maybe even a better fish. Who knows? There we go. Moray eel. That's a moray. So we're going to try and figure out how much that's worth. We're going from 18,800 to 1819. I feel like the fish aren't necessarily getting more valuable, which is odd. Or maybe they are and I'm just bad at math, which very well could be the case. 150 meters down, by the way, and still catching more of the things I don't really want to be catching anymore. Let's try 160. Really hope I'm not missing anything by skipping over 5 meters. But you know what? We'll figure that out later. 160 meters and a vampire toothless again. So let's go another 10 meters down. At some point where you gotta find something good. Money is no longer an issue. We just need to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper until we find whatever it is we're looking for. Especially considering how long it's taking to get all the way down there. I know it's not more than a few seconds, but after you do this a million times, you start to notice those few seconds. Come on, big money. Well, we got a moray eel, and that's okay, but still not good enough. 180 meters. And that's going to turn into another moray eel. How exciting. But this is also one of those rare times in the game where we're making money faster than we're spending it. Finally, a new one. There's a lanternfish, which means we're getting deep enough, so we're going to go from $24,400 to $24,600. I don't know. We made some money. Let's go another 10 meters down. Still moray eels, but at least we're not catching the jellyfish anymore. Okay, final reel from 190 meters, then we're going down to 200. Which should hopefully have something fun, but 100 I don't think did. And 200's not the bottom, so we still have hope. And I am starting to wonder just how deep we can go. And an ice cube, which is interesting. Not sure what that's going to do. If anything, guess it doesn't really matter. My retirement is set thanks to my army of fish babies. Since we're only catching lanternfish, let's try 210. And it's starting to take a long time to get this line back up again. We caught a merm. Things are getting strange down there. Yeah, I can't wait to see what's deeper. Good news, whatever this is wasn't a one-off, so we're probably going to catch a lot of those. And I have to say I'm a little bit intrigued, so let's go another 10 meters down. 220 meters below the surface, which got us another merm. And let me guess, another merm? Yep, Down another 10 meters we go for about $1,600. I don't know if we can afford that. We only have about $30,000 currently, but hopefully we find something new that's even more interesting than a merm. And we got the sun. At least it fetches a good price. It better. I don't know what that was worth, but it seemed like it was actually quite a bit. And there's an old locket with... That probably means something to someone. But not to me. I can barely read regular English. I'm barely even capable of pressing 2 keys repeatedly to make this work. But at least we're finding some interesting stuff. There's another old locket. Someone dropped a lot of those down the hole. I love how many of these guppies we have though. Look at all the babies flying into space for my profit. And the longer time goes on, the more of those we're gonna find. And another old locket, so let's go down to 240. Is it just me, or did we actually pull the sun out of the sky on that one cast? Because it's not coming back up anymore. It's permanently night. And for this cast we got Arctic Tern. How did it get down so deep? I think we're casting back into the sky and that's how we caught this sun. Maybe eventually I'm going to catch myself. But I don't really know what to expect anymore because we've kind of gone off the rails. Normally that's something that happens accidentally. It's nice when it's not my fault for once. Things just get weirder and weirder. Alright, well I'm sick of the Arctic Terns, so 250 meters, we're maxed out. I'm pretty interested to see what we're gonna find at 200 and... at question marks. Nothing seems to be biting. Is there nothing there? Do we have to wait a long time? Oh, if you go down a little further, you do actually kind of catch yourself. Okay, well, say I don't want to... Well, I guess you don't have a choice now. All right, we're going to catch ourselves. What do we got? Thanks for playing. Okay, but I still have 0 of 30 fish found. I have questions. We can't have any more upgrades. So what happens if we go to like 248 meters? Do we catch something new here? 249.1. This is pretty much as deep as you can go without catching yourself. And we got an Arctic Tern. And another old locket. Okay, so let's keep going down and down and down and down again until we hit the mysterious depth again. And then... Do we not catch anything that time? Or do we have to keep going down? Oh, okay, I get it now. So we go all the way to the bottom and break reality only to catch the worst prize of all, which is me.